Mildred Ramsey was her name, Mildred Ramsey. So we used to say, well, you have to do it when we promote somebody, you have to go through Mildred, you have to watch all the Mildred tapes, and they didn't know what we were talking about. And she took it on to fight the unions. And she started talking about treating human resources as people resources and understanding that a woman whose child is sick is not coming to work today. And no matter how you demand for her to come to work, she's not coming. So if you appreciate her and the fact that her child is sick, she's going to appreciate you. If you try to force her to come to work, the outcome will be the same. She's not coming, and she will resent you. And the more I went through that process with this lady, the more I said, she's got the right message to fight unions. And I bought her tapes, and I made all my supervisors watch the tapes. But as it became a regular habit in the business, everybody watched those tapes, and then had her come down in person, which was icing on the cake, because they'd all heard about Mildred Ramsey for so much from me. She meant a lot to me in my life. But I eventually looked her up. 20 years later, she was still around, and I hired her to come to one of my management meetings. And she was 20 years old, and she was a grandma then, but she was phenomenal. And I think my employees and supervisors finally understood what I was trying to explain to them is how you treat people. So we empowered management at the lowest level to go out and buy a birthday cake for your employee, or if somebody's in a hospital, bring them roses. We'll pay for all that. But it makes all the difference in the world that you appreciate them as people. And I think it made a big difference in our employee base and how they felt about the company. Because the employees don't look at me as the company. They look at their immediate boss as the company, and how that immediate boss treats them is how the company treats them. But she was a mentor to me. She taught me some huge lessons about the mechanics of people's thinking, which I didn't automatically think about. It wasn't intuitive to me to think about the foreman was the company to that employee. I always thought I was the company to that employee, and realized that I'm not communicating with that person every day, but his supervisor is. And if I don't train that supervisor, it's a wrong message. And that was a huge mentoring from, here's a lady who was a textile worker in North Carolina and taught me so many lessons, it's unbelievable.